Have you ever thought about playing more modern games, even if it's just one video a week? If nothing else, I feel playing newer games might bring more attention to your channel, since more people will be searching for those videos. I do play modern games from time to time. Guild of Dungeoneering, when I was playing it, was relatively new. Tiny Barbarian, when I played episodes 1 and 2, were also relatively new, and it hasn't been that long since episode 3 and 4 were released. And Armello, when that came out, I also played that quite soon after its release. The thing about playing modern games to chase views, even if it's one video a week, for one, it would be exceptionally tiring for me to constantly search out new games, set up the audio setup, then record them, then do that. Secondly, I like to play games to completion if I can, and playing a game for just one video and then dropping it, unless it's something like a small puzzle Game Boy game, isn't something I want to do. Thirdly, it's not necessarily that it's new games that people are looking at, it's trending games that people are looking at. Games that are trending on social media or on the internet, and on YouTube. Those are the games that would bring in lots of views were I to try and chase them. But that, as I said, is an exhausting thing to do. Recording videos and then seeing, oh look, the views are really high, I'll keep doing this. And then when the views start dying, the expectation would be, oh, stop that game, go play something else. That's not really how I do things. I just like to pick a game I'm going to play it through to completion, move on to a different game. For starters, it means that I have a Let's Play channel full of completed games, with the odd exception. Daikatana is one of them. And secondly, it's something that I just like doing. When there's a modern game that I want to Let's Play, I'll Let's Play it. I'm not going to Let's Play it because it's a modern game. I'm going to Let's Play it because I want to Let's Play it. It goes back to the earlier point of how to keep Let's Playing fresh and fun and tips for it. I play a game because it's fun. That is the overriding condition. If a game isn't fun for me to record, I'm not going to do it. It's as simple as that. And that applies for old games, for modern games, for upcoming games. If I want to Let's Play it, I will. Otherwise, I'll hold off. It will still be there later on. It will just be an older game by then. How do you balance YouTube and personal life? Has anyone ever tried to convince you to stop recording like a friend or family member? I can say that nobody has persuaded me to stop doing it. It is a hobby of mine, and people have seen that it's a hobby, and nobody has told me to stop doing it. As to how I balance YouTube and my personal life, I do that by keeping them really separate. When I'm recording and uploading and editing videos, I'm recording, uploading and editing videos, and when I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. I like to have a definite barrier between what I do on YouTube and what I do outside of YouTube, and that is how I have managed to balance it. I keep a distinct separation between the two, and I do my best, wherever possible, not to blur the lines. How has YouTube changed, and how has that affected your videos? Well, I can say there are a lot more content creators that are doing videos of video games than when I started. A lot more of them. YouTube is certainly a lot bigger, and that has led to things like a drop in viewers in general. That is to be expected. The style of videos has also changed, and I can say that I haven't kept up with the times, so to speak. I play long games, I play old games, and role-playing games at that, and I tend to play them through to completion. And that tends to be more the exception rather than the rule. I also don't have lots of things that other Let's Players have. I don't have a face cam, I don't do live streaming, I'm not big on social media platforms. As I said, I tend to keep my YouTube and personal life quite separate. And in those regards, I have fallen behind on my time, so to speak. But it's also the way that I like to do videos, and that's not going to change. How has it affected my videos? The only thing I can say is that I do a fair bit more editing to get rid of audio things, but that is less about what YouTube has changed. I do longer videos than I used to. I used to be stuck, as did everyone, by the 10-minute and 59-second limit. It was technically a 10-minute limit, but people knew that they could upload a 10-minute and 59-second video. That's why sometimes I have a video that's 8 or 9 minutes long, and then I have a B video that is about 2 or 3 minutes long, because it overran, and then I had to split it up, and then upload that part separately. I went from 10-minute videos to 15-minute videos, and now I'm currently on 20-minute videos. I think that's probably my limit. I'm not going to go over 20-minute videos, because uploading 8 20-minute videos doesn't take that long, but recording 8 20-minute videos over a week, that's quite a long time. 3 videos, even if they all go perfectly, is a little over an hour. It's compounded by the fact that I'm trying to get 20 minutes of video rather than 10 or 15. Sometimes videos just don't work that well, and it does take a few attempts to get it going. We're now going to move on to the section that I've called Will You Play? Because there were a lot of people asking if I was going to play certain games. This list is in no particular order, and I'm going to start at the top. Just imagine if I was, I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out via an algorithm. No, I'm going to start from the top. Will you play Veil of Darkness? To be honest, I've never really heard of that game, and I haven't looked it up that much, so I'd definitely say what I'm going to say about a lot of these is I'm not going to say I won't, but I can't guarantee that I will. I have so many games that I could Let's Play. I have about 1,000 games combined on Steam, GOG, and not even including all the ones that I have physically as well. I have a lot of games in physical cartridges and CDs and DVDs as well. I have a lot of choice. A lot different compared to when I started. That's why I typically played games from my childhood, because I had those games. Will I Let's Play Doom 4? I don't see why not at some point, but again, I can't guarantee that I will. I can say that at the moment, the fact that I don't have much storage really eliminates the possibility that I'd be able to do that game any justice. Will I Let's Play Neverwinter Nights 2? Currently, I don't have any plans to do so. I have been told that it's a good game, and I'm probably sure that it is a good game, but at the moment I just don't have a desire to Let's Play it. That's generally the other thing that stops me from doing a game. There is typically no particular reason why I'm not going to do something, except that I just don't feel like doing it. I just don't feel like recording the game, and then the game doesn't get done at that point. Sometimes that changes and a game will be Let's Played later, but I will say that at the moment I have no desire to do Neverwinter Nights 2. Will you play the new XCOM and XCOM 2? I have thought about this from time to time. Again, the storage thing is a bit of an issue, and if I was going to do one of them, I would do the first one first, but that is something that is a little more likely, but again, I'm not going to say I definitely will, because I can't promise such a thing. But I am curious about doing both of those games at some point. Will I play Mountain Blade Warband again? I did say at one point that I would return to it, and I am tempted to do so. At some point, maybe. I do have a plan on what I might want to do. I did make a entirely independent kingdom last time. Next time round, I'd probably do something different, like join one of the kingdoms. But at the moment, I have no plan to do that right now. Will I play Daggerfall? Was it part of my childhood? To answer the question as to was it part of my childhood, no. I never played Daggerfall outside of adulthood. In fact, I only ever played Daggerfall a few years ago. Will I ever do it? I can't say that I will, really, because Daggerfall is a game that, it has its problems. For starters, there are potentially limitless quests you can do, and limitless dungeons that you can do them in. And my do I get lost in dungeons that aren't limitless. Imagine me getting lost in a dungeon that has no end with an absolutely dreadful mapping system. The mapping system in Daggerfall has its problems. That said, it's not a bad game per se, but it is a game full of a lot of nothing. But like, hey, this place is as big as this country! Yes, it is, and 99.9% of it is full of nothing. But either way, Daggerfall, game I do enjoy playing a little, but I don't know if I could Let's Play it. I don't know if I'd want to. It goes into the I'm not ruling it out, but I'm not guaranteeing that it will be sort of category, like most of these will be. Will you play a replay of Ultima 7? At some point I do want to return to Ultima 7. I don't know when that will be, but I do want to go back to it. I want to go and see new areas of the game. I want to go into the dungeons. I don't think I went into all of the dungeons. Some of them are not even required, but yet they're there, that you can just go into a dungeon, find some loot, leave. I also want to take some different companions and do some different dialogue and some quests that I didn't do, but suffice to say, at some point I would want to replay Ultima 7. It will be a long one, that's for sure, because Ultima 7 is a long game. Will you replay King of Dragon Pass? I don't know. I'm not that good at the game. I don't know if I could complete it a second time, and I definitely could not complete the long game. That goes into the, I'm not going to rule it out category, but I can't say that I will. As I said, a lot of games are going to go there. Will you replay Lands of Lore 2? Yes, at some point I definitely will, and I am tempted to show off the evil playthrough of the game. There are quite a lot of endings to Lands of Lore 2, and some of them you can only do by going down an evil path right from the beginning and sticking with it. I don't know if that would be the main part of the Let's Replay, but I am still tempted to do an evil playthrough. There are quite a few interesting things that could happen because of it, things unique to that playthrough. Will I play Night of the Rabbit? I have heard of this game, I have seen it. No real desire to play it right now, so that goes into the won't rule it out, but no guarantee that I will. Will I play Code Veronica? I don't see myself playing that game especially. I haven't really done that many Resident Evil games. I'm not the hugest fan of the Resident Evil franchise beyond 1, 2, 3, and I suppose you could say Code Veronica because it has the same kind of movement system, but I have no desire to currently play Code Veronica right now. Goes into the won't say no, can't guarantee yes category. Will you play Betrayal at Krondor? That is a game that I have seen people play. There is a Let's Play of it that I really enjoy watching every now and again. It's a very in-depth game. It's a very difficult game at parts. I can't say that I definitely would play it, but it would be interesting for me to experience it because I haven't played it before. Will you play the Silent Storm series? Though I won't say that I definitely won't Let's Play it, that's one of those things that I don't think is likely. It's a kind of game that I don't really play that much, and I don't really have any desire to play the Silent Storm series at this time. But again, it goes into the won't say no, can't guarantee yes category. Will I Let's Play Hardcore Minecraft again? I might do. At the moment I haven't had an urge to play Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft, in fact, since the last time I did a Hardcore Minecraft Let's Play. But it's always there, just in case I want to play it. It's not going anywhere after all. Will I play Bannerlord? Again, that goes into the won't say no, can't say yes for definite, because I've got no real urge to play it. There are lots of games that there's nothing wrong with them, I just don't have a desire to play them, and so I can't really say that I will. Will you play Command & Conquer Tiberium Sun? It's one that I've considered. If I'm going to play any real-time strategy game, it would be Tiberium Sun. I have no love for the Red Alert series, so it's unlikely to be Red Alert. But Tiberium Sun is really the last Command & Conquer game that I really played. I did enjoy it. It was a little slower than I'm used to with Command & Conquer, but as people have told me, I play Command & Conquer at Mach 10, and I have realised that I now play it that fast, so that does make sense that I would think that Tiberium Sun is slower. Of all the real-time strategy games, that is the one I would be most likely to play, but again, can't guarantee it. Will you play Xenonauts? I don't know. I've seen Xenonauts, I think I even own Xenonauts, but again, I don't know if I would Let's Play it. I have XCOM, various different versions of it. I'd be more comfortable doing that than Xenonauts, but again, won't say no. Will you play Grimrock 2? I don't see why I wouldn't play it at some point, I just have no urge to play it right now. There are other games that I want to play first. Will you play Space Quest 5 and 6? I could see myself playing them at some point, but honestly Space Quest 1 to 4 has more nostalgia for me. That said, I am playing games more recently that don't have any nostalgia, and so I could see myself playing Space Quest 5 and 6, but right now I don't have any urge to play them, so I will put that in the I might, but I can't say for sure that I will. Will I play Deus Ex Revision version? I could see myself replaying Deus Ex, certainly. As for the revision version, I'm not entirely sure. But I could definitely see myself replaying Deus Ex at some point, making very different choices, and still finding a way to blow up Gunther Herman somehow. Maybe not with loads of lambs placed on a wall. Will I let's play Dune? Again, it's a real-time strategy game, and I don't really have that much connection with real-time strategy games. Command & Conquer is one of the few series that I have enjoyed. I suppose you could technically say that Birthright the Gorgon's Alliance is a real-time strategy game, and I did enjoy playing Zed. That is probably a game I am going to let's replay at some point, so I can't say for certain with Dune. Will I let's play Planescape Torment? Maybe? I don't know. I've still got to do Baldur's Gate 2 yet, and that game is quite a long one. I'd be more likely to do Baldur's Gate 2 before I did something like Planescape Torment. Not to mention there's also Baldur's Gate 2 Throne of Baal as well. Will I let's play Narlac? I think it's called Narlac? I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. That goes into the won't say no, can't guarantee I would say yes category. MechWarrior Living Legends, I have never played that game before. I do like MechWarrior 2. At some point I'd love to get MechWarrior 2 going, but at the moment it's exceptionally difficult to get recording. So right now I have to put MechWarrior Living Legends in the won't say no, can't say yes category. Will I let's play System Shock? I don't see why I wouldn't. It's not a game I actually have that much experience with, but it would be something that would be interesting for me to go to and see how it is. I only have fleeting experiences with System Shock 1 and no experience with System Shock 2, beyond watching Halloween 4545 play it. Will I let's play Savage Empire? Probably not. I have seen Savage Empire, and I have seen that it's not really an Ultima game that I have much desire to play. I can't say for certain that I won't, but it's not something that I'm really interested in doing right now. Will I let's play Star Control 2? That is a game that I do enjoy watching videos of, but it's extremely complicated, and it's something that I would probably be absolutely dreadful at. That said, I won't say no for definite, but I also won't say yes for definite either. Will you let's play the Realms of Arcania series? I do know about these games, I own them, but again, I haven't really played them, and so right now I can't guarantee that I would. Will you replay Daikatana? What are you talking about? I'm already doing that! Okay, I'm playing the Game Boy Color version. Will I replay the PC version? I think that's one of the few games that I'm going to say the chances of that are exceptionally slim. Daikatana was not a very fun game for me to play. It wasn't fun back then, I don't think it would be fun for me now. And because the game wasn't fun, I don't have any real urge to go and play it. So, while I'm definitely not going to say no, the chances of that one being replayed are pretty slim. Will I let's play more of the Ultima series? I hope to do so. I really enjoyed playing Ultima 8, it really surprised me. I really enjoyed playing Ultima Underworld 1 and 2 and 7 Part 2. It would be nice to play something like Ultima 6 or even go further back. I won't say that I'll definitely do that imminently, but it is something that I want to do. Will I let's play some more Ball Jacks? Well, I kind of forgot about Ball Jacks, I have to admit. I did completely forget that I was going to practice the next opponent and see if I could get further. I won't say yes for sure, but it would be interesting to return to it. Will you let's play XCOM Apocalypse? Well, I have to concede that XCOM Apocalypse is a game I have very little experience in. When I first played it, I got confused, I was no good at it, and generally I'm not that great in XCOM Apocalypse. There are lots of people I know that are really good at XCOM Apocalypse. I can think of one person, Bethrin. He's really good at XCOM Apocalypse, at least compared to me. That doesn't take very much, but he is really good at it. I'd have to say, but out of all of the XCOM games, it's not that likely I would do Apocalypse, but who knows? Maybe someday. The future is not set yet, after all. Who knows what the future will bring? Will I Let's Play PS1 games in general? I haven't Let's Played many of them for quite a while. In fact, I haven't Let's Played one for absolutely ages. I imagine when I have a new computer, I would be more likely to do so, because this machine, for some reason, has started to become, or at least a few years ago, became very uncooperative when it came to the PlayStation games. I haven't even tried PlayStation 2 games. I don't even think that would probably work very well. So, while I will not rule out playing PS1 games in general, I don't have a strict timetable on when I'm going to do so. It pretty much falls into the same category of, I probably could, but I don't want to right now. Will I Let's Play Doom 64? I do quite like Doom 64, but at the moment I have no plans to do so. If I was going to play a Doom game, I would do the Plutonia Experiment, and my is that a hard game, especially on Ultraviolence. And finally, will you Let's Play Kingdom Come Deliverance? What do I think of it? I have no opinion on the game because I've never played it. I've only seen fleeting things about it, and so I can't really comment on what the game's like, and as to if I'd Let's Play it, I have no desire to at present. So we have now finished the Will You Play section. The next section is a very short one, and I'd like to call it my favourite section, where people have asked me my favourite things, not directly related to the Let's Plays I've done. So here we go. My favourite protagonist. This was exceptionally vague. It didn't specify if it was a video game protagonist or a book protagonist or anything else. And so I just started thinking about, well, who is my favourite protagonist? And that is probably Luther from Lands of Lore 2. I also like Tom Driscoll from Albion. But Luther has that certain Lutherness about him. I know it's a bad word to use to describe him, but he very much is an alive and vibrant character with a distinct personality, and he even grows and develops as the game goes on. And if you go down the evil path, my does he grow and develop into somebody that is very evil indeed. But I would definitely go and say that Luther from Gladstone in Lands of Lore 2 is one of my favourite protagonists in a video game. As for a book, I've read a fair few of them. I couldn't pin down which one in particular I like the most. Who's my favourite writer? Well, I'm going to be rather boring here. I quite like The Lord of the Rings, so I like J.R.R. Tolkien in that regard. I like David and Lee Eddings' books, and I also like Asimov, specifically the Foundation series. Really like reading the Foundation series, but apart from that, I don't have a single favourite writer or author. You'll notice that with a lot of things, so people ask me, what's your favourite of X or Y? I don't have one thing that I can definitely say. That is because I like lots of things quite a bit, and usually not one thing definitely above all the others.